Well, welcome back, everyone. This is Tennessee Tim. Today we have awkward interviews with me and my buddy, Clive Turkey. We're going to be bouncing back and forth doing these silly jokes. These interview. Goodness gracious. All right, these are basically inspired by really, really bad interviews, and we're going to give each other some interviews. You may see this whole thing together. We may be repeating each other, but nonetheless, a good joke is all about the delivery. All right, we have put together about 100 some jokes or whatever, and I hope you enjoy. These interview questions, my goodness, I can't keep myself straight. All right, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why? I'd be a sloth. Not only do I do work at my own pace, but I can also take naps in trees. Bonus, I don't know maintenance. All right, let's see here. If you had to choose between fighting one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses, which one would you choose? Let's see here. Well, I'm not sure, but I would say one horse-sized duck, because let's be honest, even 100 tiny horses would just be too much to handle. Okay. Question number 3. How many tennis balls can you fit into a limousine? Well, let's see. I've been in a couple of limousines, usually for a prom party or two. I'm going to go with 7,208 or something. That's a rough estimate, but I'd have to be there to really get a feel for it. All right. Number 4. If we gave you an elephant, what would you do with it? Well, that's a good one. First, I'd make sure it was well fed. Then I'd ask to take me on a tour of the office. I hear elephants make great coworkers, very low turnover. All right, number 5. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? That is a toughie because I have quite a few conspiracy theories. And I actually, the funny thing is you call them conspiracy theories. I call them facts. All right, let's see here. The first one and the most cantankerous one, the most evil one, is that I know this to be true, that pigeons aren't real. I've seen too many pigeons on power lines to ignore the truth. They're definitely government surveillance drones. Number 6. How would you convince someone to do something they didn't want to do? Well, first, I'd offer them cookies. If that fails, I'd sing a song about how fun the task will be. And if that still doesn't work, I'd say, well, this is awkward. So it's a little guilt there. The guilt always does the trick. Ask your mama. All right. Number 6. How would you convince someone to do something they didn't want to do? Actually, I just repeated this one. I am absent-minded. Well, there we go. See, I'd repeat myself until you got yourself all knotted up. All right. Number 7. If aliens landed tomorrow and offered you to ride to their planet, what would you do? I'd immediately offer them a snack from my break room, and because that's thoughtful, then I'd ask if they had Wi-Fi. If they don't have Wi-Fi, then it sounds like a very boring trip. You ever been to space? It's not a lot to do. All right, number 8. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Well, sometimes I feel invisible when I'm around my family. Anyways, let's see here. I'd take a nap in a CEO's office. Actually, let's just go with the president's office and finally get some peace and quiet because I hear he doesn't work that much. All right, now let's see here. Number 9. Can you describe your ideal day at work in 3 words? Let's see here. Coffee, naps, and tacos, because I'm a big fan of the tacos. It's not always a taco a day, but it keeps the doctor away. But it's definitely a taco that makes my day. A taco makes my day. All right. Number 10. What would you do if you won the lottery tomorrow? Well, I feel like I've already been thinking about this one for quite some time. I'd buy the company. I own my own company, so I guess I'd buy another company, and then I'd hire all my friends to do the things I wanted to hang out with them. We'd spend all our days playing office chair races and silly stuff. Basically, and I'd put a Slurpee machine right there. That's where I'd be putting Slurpee machines instead of regular drinks. That's right, Slurpee coffee, Slurpee juice, everything would be Slurpee. That sounds great. All right, let's see, number 11. If you could switch lives with any historical figure, who would it be and why? Well, let's see here. I know I'd want to be with one of that big old chubby bald guy. But I think he's a handsome dude. I'd go with Benjamin Franklin. I mean, he invented electricity. He's on some money, and he had a really. Well, I think he had a good beard. I don't know if he had. I have a great beard, so I think I'd go with someone with a beardy side. So I think he had sideburns. I got to hang out with some founding fathers. That'd be cool. Chopping wood with Washington. Anyways, pretty solid deal. All right, number 12. Describe a time when you failed miserably. Ooh. I once tried to bake a cake and ended up with a kitchen full of smoke and a broken oven. A true story. You gotta ask my son about this. But I learned the key to success. Always preheat the oven first. All right. Number 13. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be? I'd be a pineapple. Spiky on the outside, sweet on the inside, plus I'd always be the life of party, and I'd be one of those, I would say, divide the room, because pineapple either belongs on pizza or it offends you. And we know which one's which. We know the kind of person you are if you put pineapple on your pizza. A good person, that's who you are. All right. How would you explain social media to someone from the 1800s? Let's see. It's like a giant invisible bulletin board where everyone posts their thoughts, pictures, foods, and weird cat stuff. And they all do it in their home. Actually, it's a big waste of time, but I don't know why I love doing it. Okay. Number here. Let's see. Number 15. What would you do if you were locked in the office overnight? Well, that would be like locked in my workshop. It would probably be a good time. I'd probably forget what I'm doing. All right, I'd raid the vending machine and finally get some alone time. I'm a firm believer in self-care during after hours. I am, but I hardly get to sleep. I got my ideas that go fluttering all the time. Number 16. Can you solve this riddle? What has keys but can't open locks? Well, that is a very simple one, because I'm musical. It's a piano. That's all you gotta know. It's a piano. A piano has keys, but it don't have a lock. Unless you got one of those weird pianos with the locks on the top, and then maybe my whole understanding of the riddle is wrong. All right, let's see here. Number 17. If you could use one word for the rest of your life, what word would you choose? Well, unbelievable. It can express so much. Surprise, excitement, and just sheer confusion in most office meetings, or altogether unbelievable. Number 18. What would your superpower be if you chose one? That's a really good one. It's a tie. I want to say teleportation, because honestly I'm tired of traffic, but also I'm really lazy, so I think teleportation is the good one. I think the other way was just not have to move around. All right, number 19. How many pizza slices do you eat in one sitting? Well, this is very simple. There is only one answer to this, and a whole pizza is one slice. All right, next question. If you could only eat one type of cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, we've already established that tacos are fantastic, but we know that pizza is even more fantastic. So it's very simple. The best food, the right answer is taco pizza. All right, continue on. If I were a sandwich, what kind of sandwich would I be? Ooh, that's a really good one. I want to say a club sandwich, but most likely I'd be a Reuben, because I'm salty and I have a very wry sense of humor. All right, now let's see here. If you had a time machine, where and when would you go? Well, if I was going to do anything, I would probably go back in time to hang out with T-Rex and maybe hang out with Jesus. That would be cool. I think it'd be nice to see what it's like to hang out when everyone wore sandals. All right, how do you handle stress? Well, I don't. I don't handle it. I freak out. And I'm freaking out right now. What's there to stress about? Why are you stressed out? What's the matter? Why are you so stressed out? You're stressing me out talking about stress. All right, next question. All right, what's your spirit emoji? Well, this is absurd, because I don't believe in spirits other than the Holy Spirit. So let's move on, Mr. Weirdo. All right. If you was, let's see, if your life was a movie, what would the title be? This is number 25. Well, if I would say, if my life was a movie, I would be, well, something in a giant peach, because life is a peach, and I would just want to take a bite out of it. That's how I feel about life. All right, what's your strategy number 26 for dealing with difficult coworkers? Well, that's very simple. You fire him. Just fire him. All right. Number 27. What would you do if you were suddenly turned into a giant chicken? That would be dangerous for me because I love chicken. The taste of chicken is delicious. But if I'm talking to my friend Clive, I don't like turkey. I do like chicken. All right, number 28. If you could be a fictional character for a day, who would you choose? Well, I would probably choose Frodo. Frodo is my favorite man from the Lord of the Rings series. I like Frodo. I like Frodo because he's the man with all the ring, and I also like him because he's just a good dude. He's short. He can slip into things, and yeah, he's got a good friend Sam. So Frodo and Sam are kind of a two for one. So I get to be a fictional character with a sidekick. All right, number 29. How would you sell hot cocoa in the desert? Well, let's be straight with you. I wouldn't be selling hot cocoa in the desert. I'm not good at that, and I would be taking too much of my own supply, so I'm not good. I'm not the right person for that job. If you're trying to tell me that I should be selling hot cocoa to someone who don't need hot cocoa, you know that I'm going to be drinking that hot cocoa. All right, number 30. If you could change one law, what would it be? Whoa, that is a good one. If I could change one law, I would say, I would change the law of physics. I don't like that everything what must go up must come down, that kind of thing. I think that law is absurd. I would like to throw some things and just leave them there. Okay. What's the weirdest thing that you ever Googled? Ooh, goodness. Well, the weirdest thing I ever Googled probably had something to do with a rash that I'm glad that Google doesn't know that I was looking up some sort of weird itchy rash. All right. How would you explain what you do to a 5-year-old? Well, that's simple. I would pretend like I work all day, and I'd say, Dad is very busy. All right. Next question. Number 33. If you could invent any gadget, what would it do? I would invent, well, I'm always inventing. So I would say the thing is, I'd probably invent an inventing machine that would do all my inventing for me. So there we go. And then I can retire. All right, what's your favorite ice cream flavor and water? Why? There is only one correct answer to this. And I've told my son this many times. There are really two kinds of ice cream. There is chocolate, and there's vanilla waiting to become chocolate. That's all there is. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Keep going. All right, let's see here. If you were a superhero, what would your name be? I feel like I've already said this one. This is weird. Okay, let's see here. If I was a superhero, my superhero name would be Tennessee Tim. I would be me. That's who I am, and that's who I want to be. All right, let's see here. Number 36. How would you handle a zombie apocalypse at the office? Well, by the office, you mean I'm riding at Costco, because if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm going to Costco or I'm going to my bug out place. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Number 37. What's the best way to celebrate a big win at work? Well, I've heard of things like a confetti cannon and all that sort of stuff, but if I got a good win at work, I'm buying y'all lunch. We're just going to lunch. That's a good thing. Hey, and don't get thinking crazy. We're not like going to Benihana's where there's flipping shrimps and stuff in your mouth. We're gonna go somewhere where there's good food, like there's a fries and burger, and maybe Five Guys burgers and fries. That's a good stuff. I'd do that. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Let's see, what's the number 38? If you were stuck on a desert island and could only bring one thing, what would it be? Well, I'd bring my satellite phone. All right, let's see here. Number 39. What's your personal model? Well, if you can't scratch it, no. I don't have a personal model. I like to think that I want to connect with people, but mostly I just live my life. So there we go. Living my life. Living the dream. All right. Number 40. If you had to describe your work ethic in a hashtag, what would it be? I would be hashtag I'm busy, none your business. All right, keep going. All right, number 41. What would you do if you were invisible for a week? I thought we talked about being invisible. I hate being invisible. I'm around my family. I'm around something that I don't want to do. I don't know. It's easy to feel invisible. I don't know why that's even a question. Next question. Number 42. If you could only wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, if you're married, you have to wear more than one outfit. Apparently, that's not something that your lady, your missus, wants you to do. So if I wasn't married, then I could just wear the same t-shirt and jeans until they fall off my body. That's all it would be. All right, let's see here. Number 43. How do you feel about working on weekends? Well, weekends are for the Lord and for family, so leave me alone on my weekends. All right. Number 44. If you could master one skill instantly, what would it be? Well, if I could master one skill instantly, it's something that I'm no good at. It would be baking. Baking bread. I'd be baking bread. I'd be the bread man. Oh, there's my dumb dog. Yip, 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 yip. Oh, he's barking. You can probably hear him now. Well, sorry about that. My dog had just lost his mind, and I had to go give him I'd say an attitude adjustment. Mostly just tell him to stop being crazy and barking at nobody. All right, I know. Something about having a dog. It's like, I got money to spend, and I want less peace in my life. That's, sometimes I feel that's what my dog is. It's just taking my money and taking my peace. All right, let's see here. Where we left off? Number 45. What's the worst haircut you ever had? Now, whoever wrote this question does not know me because I am bald. I got a big glorious beard, but I am bald. So I'm as bald as the moon is. So let's just move along. Number 46. If you could live in any fictional world, where would you live? Well, that's a toughie. Well, I'm a big Star Trek fan. I would live in the Star Trek world, but I would be in the original series. And let's straight with you. I'm not a red shirt. I'm probably a gold shirt. So I'd be Captain Picard. So that's what I would be. All right, number 47. If you were a traffic signal, what color would you be? I would be yellow. I like to take it slow. I want to go slow. I like it slow. And the faster I can go is slow. I tell you, my missus is always telling me to hurry up. And that's as fast as I can go, that's the slow. All right, let's keep moving. How would you sell sand in the desert? Again, about the desert. That's so weird. Okay, well, first, I'd sell it as a luxury desert sand. No, I wouldn't. I would actually not do that. I think that's a dishonest thing. I would just say, yeah, you got plenty of it, but you probably need this stuff because your stuff is old stuff. Or I'd just say, it's sand. It sells itself. All right, number 49. If you had to create a new holiday, what would it be? Well, that would be, I would say, that's a good question. You know, one of the times I like to think about the holidays is usually when I'm around my family. And I would probably just make an extra day to Christmas. So it would be Christmas Eve, Christmas, and Christmas post. And that Christmas post would just be when it's mom and babies just eat leftovers and hang out with babies. Yeah, that's what I do. I'd turn Christmas into a 3-day holiday. All right, some folks do take 3 days anyways. All right, let's see here. Number 50. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be? Well, I would say now, aside from maybe having dinner with Jesus, which it happens every Sunday, but I would say what I do, I would like to meet the founding fathers. I think that maybe Jefferson or perhaps Washington, one of those fellas, I think they'd be kind of nice to talk to. I just feel like they probably had a lot of interesting wisdom to talk about. All right. Now, poor Clive must have had some chicken scratch because he missed this list, and this list is all messed up. Because I see it starting from number 50 to 118. I'll do the best I can to answer these, but Clive, my friend, my little brother, you have made a mistake here. So we're starting with 118. Okay. From 50. We've missed some. All right, if you could be any fictional villain, who would you choose? Well, that's very simple. I would be Lex Luthor because I already have half the haircut, and if I'm going to be evil, I might as well wear a suit. All right, number 19. What's your favorite type of cookie? Well, there is some people might debate on you on this. I love a good oatmeal cookie, but it's not with the raisins. I like an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. An oatmeal chocolate chip cookie is probably one of the best cookies you can possibly imagine. And if you disagree with me, then I challenge you to have a cookie bake-off. Right now, right here. You will challenge me what's the best cookie, and we'll eat. Whoever can eat 100 of them, and you make them, then that cookie's the winner. And I'd say it's going to be that oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. Okay, number 120. Let's see here. What would you do if you suddenly turn invisible? There's a lot of invisible questions in here. Clive, are you trying to tell me something? Are you feeling invisible, son? I feel a little bad here. If I turned invisible, it'd be simple. I would take a nap and no one would find me. It would be the perfect disguise. All right, number 121. What's the weirdest food combination you enjoy? Ooh wee. Well, I'll tell you, I call it hobo pad thai, and I put peanut butter in my ramen, and it is delicious. And then I sprinkle a little bit of that spicy sriracha, and it is amazing. Challenge me to it. Try it out. All right, number 122. If you can get any animal to be your personal assistant, which one would you be? Well, if I could get my darn dog to do the right thing, I would pick my dog. But my dog doesn't. You can't think. All right, that's the problem with picking cute over functional. All right, number 123. What's your favorite holiday and why? This is very simple. It is Christmas. It is in the name. Christmas. It is a wonderful day. It is all about the right thing. Because remember, holy day means holy day. Not holiday is a holy day. So that's a very much in the answer is in the question. All right. Number 124. What's your ultimate comfort food? Well, that is a mix. There's a bit of a tie because I love some spaghetti with meatballs and I also like skyline chili. So it'd probably be something in the chili or spaghetti variety. So it's messy either way it is. It's going to make me feel good. 125. If you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be? Ooh, if I could one thing, I'll tell you this. Interruptions. If I could eliminate interruptions, I just love to work, and I tell you, when I get interrupted, I feel like I have to start my whole day all over again. 126. What would you do if you were given unlimited vacation time? That is called retirement. Hello, unlimited vacation time. Are you saying getting paid for doing nothing? Yes, retirement. All right, move on. Some of these questions, Clive, I got to ask you. You need to think them through. Number 127. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? Well, I would live where I live right now. I love Tennessee. Middle Tennessee is absolutely God's country. It's beautiful here, and I just love it here. I might go visit a few other places, but I wouldn't leave where I'm at. All right, number 128. What's your secret weapon when it comes to getting things done? Prayer. That's it. I have no idea how I get anything done. I just have a pray and try to get it all done. All right, number 129. If you could replace your desk chair with anything, what would it be? Well, that would be, it would probably be just a bigger desk chair or one of those fancy Eames chairs. I've always thought they look nice and fancy. I have trouble spending that much kind of money on basically a mortgage on a piece of furniture, but I think I'd go with an Eames chair. It looks fancy. All right. Number 130. What's the best way to spend a rainy day? Well, this is a silly one. We all know it's sleeping. But actually, the best way to spend a rainy day is with your family. Just cuddled up and spending time with your family. All right, number 131. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever done to impress someone? Well, that is very, very, every single day I feel like I do something ridiculous to impress my beautiful wife. All right, let's see here. Number 132. If you could only use one app for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, it'd be the Bible app or something like that. It'd be pretty much it. I'd probably use the appetizer app. These are, again, Clive, these are a bit weird questions. All right, number 133. And again, these are not really 133 because somehow Clive forgot 50 of them or something. All right, what's your personal productivity hack? Well, I think I already told you it was prayer. Prayer and patience. Patience is a very important thing to have. Number 134. If you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be? I love red. I just wear red. I think red looks great on me. It's a good color. It has a lot of nice ways to fall asleep looking at red. Red is a good color. All right, number 135. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened during a work meeting? Well, this is another, again, one of those officey things. Clive, you don't work in an office. All right, you work with me. We work here on our homestead. So I would say the funniest thing that's ever happened to me is when I'm accidentally broke wind. And I would say accidentally because I'm trying to be kind. I didn't accidentally. I broke wind. All right, number 136. What's the strangest talent you have? Well, I can whistle when no one wants me to. There we go. Number 137. If you could be any type of fish, which one would you be? Well, I would be a whale. Because being a whale might as well be the biggest, and I'll probably just like to enjoy just a good swim. All right, 138. What's the weirdest thing you've ever bought online? Well, I bought a toupee online one time, and I did. I bought a fake set of hair with real human hair, and it was from a living person. Don't get weird. I bought a wig. I thought I was going to look dapper and more handsome. It turned out I just looked more homeless. But anyways, we had to move on. That was very expensive and not a good purchase. What's the best prank you've ever pulled off? Ooh-wee. Well, the best prank I ever pulled off is a bit of I would say a scary one. I one time I tricked a loved one that I was throwing a puppy out the window, which is a bad idea. That's a bad prank. But I had a puppy, stuffed puppy that looked just like their puppy. This is a bad prank. Okay, remember, a bad prank. I would actually say, I actually feel ashamed even saying this. I put a stuffed animal out the window and pretend like I was a real dog. It was a stupid thing. It was a stupid thing, kids. Don't do this. Don't do this. But the best prank, the real best prank, I'll tell you the best prank. A best prank is one time I was in a pool and I threw a candy bar in a pool and I pretended like the candy bar was not a candy bar. You can fill in the blank. That was a pretty fun experience. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Number 140. If you could swap places with anybody in the world for a week, who would it be? Well, I would say I would want to swap places with probably maybe a president-elect. I think that their life is probably different than mine, and it would remind me that my life is good. And also, since they're elect, not in the office, they would have all that anticipation of all the work they have to do, and so they would feel nervous. So it kind of be like I'm excited, but then I'm not quite there yet. So yeah, something like that. I think that would be nice. All right, number 141. If you could add one thing to your office to make it more fun, what would it be? Well, this is the craziest thing. I think I might even do this. It's a tie. I would actually put either a urinal in my office so I could go when I want to go, or I would put a Velcro wall and a Velcro wall of everything Velcroed in my office. So if I'm done with my mouse, I'd throw it against the wall. If I'm done with my computer or my laptop, just I think that would be pretty awesome. It would be very expensive, I think. I don't know. But I think that's what I'm a job Velcro wall. That's what I would do. All right. Let's see here. At number 142, we're getting close to the end here, I think. If you could bring any fictional creature to life, what would it be? Well, let's see here. Any fictional creature whatsoever, that would be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'd hang out with him and we'd have a good time until he accidentally had a mistake and fell into the fire at the fireplace. And then after that, other than committing a friendside, I would enjoy my fictional friend with a little bit of chocolate. All right, number 143. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you in public? Well, I one time split my pants and showing my Scooby-Doo underwear. It was not a good thing. I was very young. It wasn't like yesterday or something like that, but I did split my underwear, split my pants in public, and I had Scooby-Doo showing. It was embarrassing. All right, number 144. If you were a superhero, what would your powers be? I feel like we've covered a lot of the same ground, little Clive. All right, let's see here. My favorite superpower would be not just to read people's minds, but to read their intentions. So it'd be kind of like, what are you saying? No, I don't have to ask what you're saying. I could just say right out the gate, no. All right, let's move forward. All right, and 145. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? I feel like we've already talked about tacos and pizza, but we're just going to say it again. It's taco pizza. Don't ever ask the question again. You know the best food is taco pizza. It's the best of both worlds. It's a heavenly scent. It might as well be something that's served to you at church. All right, here we go. Moving 146. If you could instantly become an expert at one skill, what would it be? Well, if I could instantly become expert at anything, I already said it earlier, I want to bake bread. So I would say that it would be, I would understand what every single spice my wife has in a spice rack. I would know what they are and what they go to. Because cumin and rosemary and all these other weird stuff, I have no idea what they are until they're on something and I say that's good. And she's like, oh, there's rosemary in there. I'm like, good. I'm glad we had that weird green leaf that I wanted to throw away. All right, let's see here. Number 147. What's your least favorite task. Well, my least favorite task is cleaning up my office. I hate cleaning up my office. I almost feel like I'm stopped being productive when I clean up my office. It's a boring thing you gotta do every day. I think it's a waste. A second to that is making the bed. Making the bed is like tying your shoes after you take them off. All right, number 148. What's the first thing you'd buy if you won the lottery? Again, I'll swear we've already had. Oops, sorry. I don't mean to say swears, but I apologize. I would say if I won the lottery, you would not know where I am. I would probably be that guy who's living in the mist, out in the middle of nowhere. I'd probably take all my loved ones with me, but no, you wouldn't know if I won the lottery. All right, that's right. Number 149. If you could have a personal assistant for a day, again, this is similar to the other one, what would you have them do? Well, if I had a personal assistant, somebody I really treasured, and somebody I really want to hang out with, that would be if I could have my wife who wanted to hang out with me at work all day. That would be an absolute pleasure to me someday. All right, number 150, last question. All right, if you could keep one app on your phone, again, this is the app thing, which one would it be? It would be very simple. It'd be my prayer app. I'd do that, and I would call myself good and done. Or I'd go with appetizers. But yes, just my prayer app. Well, thank you so much. This has been Tennessee Tim and my awkward interviews. And also, I'd like to say thank you to Clive Turkey for all your help with all this. And I hope that you're doing well. I pray that you all have a blessed day. You take care now.